how to make $30,000 in profit in 1 month in government contracting with no trucks and no employees. Let's get into it. This is not about making millions, okay? This is about executing correctly. So I'm going to break down 3 real strategic ways to make $30,000 in profit in a single month using government contracts. Specifically right now. When I say right now, what I mean is the end of January 2026 and the beginning of February 2026. If you're early in this space, this is how you fund your next 6 to 12 months. This is how you're going to make it work. If you're already bidding, this is how you tighten the strategy. All right, and stop leaving money on the table, because a lot of you are leaving money on the table. First of all, $30,000 in profit is not magic. I just want you to know that it is math. And it is very doable. In your company, you have to believe that for you and your teammates and your workload and your business. Okay? February 2026 is very powerful, and I'm going to tell you why. All right? Agencies are still spending Q2 funds right now. All right? Emergency short-term needs are currently at a point where they are spiking. Micro purchases and simplified acquisitions are everywhere. So I'm going to walk you through 3 ways. Realistic, repeatable, and they're already happening. All right. Method number 1 is micro purchases. Okay. That is anything under $25,000 in contracting value. Fastest path to $30,000 in 1 month is with micro purchases. Okay. Often higher at state and local levels. The ones that you are not paying attention to. There is more to government contracting than SAM.gov. Okay, here's the strategy that most people miss, but you're not going to. You need one $300,000 contract. If you profit $2,500 on 12 deals, that is $30,000. Now, I bid with 2 people. Okay, if you have a team of 6 to 12 people who are bidding, $30,000 in profit is very feasible. And you can also do it with 1 person, okay, attacking multiple contracts per month. All right, so you win these by calling procurement directly, introducing your company. You need to be registered and ready. All right, you need to learn how to quote fast. Okay, product bids are much easier to bid on than service bids. You want to look for RFQs, requests for quotes. RFPs, requests for proposals, are more technical, okay, and they take longer. So hone in on RFQ, all right? Not overcomplicating pricing, and this is execution, not theory. You are learning from someone who is deeply involved in the government contracting space and who has won and lost. All right. Method number 2 is the middleman play. Middleman play. All right. The second way is what I call controlled middlemaning. You're not brokering blindly. What's happening is you're solving a problem the government already approved funding for. You have a customer that has a pocket full of money. The only thing you need to do is learn how to win a government contract. I literally just put out a course that went live that has nothing to do with me and everything to do with you, the viewer, the bidder, the strategist, the entrepreneur. So you can learn this in the most simplistic way possible. There is a gap. The federal government has a pocket full of money. You need to move that money from the federal government's pockets into your bank account. The gap in the middle that you are missing is how to win a contract. That is where you are struggling. The link is in the description. When you are dealing with the federal government, you are not dealing with B2B sales. You are dealing with business to government. Someone who already has a clearly set budget and a pocket full of money. That is how you need to think of it as an entrepreneur. All right? So the middleman strategy, what you're going to do is you're going to find a contractor who can help you with security, catering, temporary staffing, equipment rentals, if you need to rent tents. Then you will partner with a local vendor or a small operator. So this is a collaboration. The middleman play is a collaboration. That's how you need to look at it, okay? Someone who already does the work, you go on to a local portal. You decide you want to operate on a catering bid, but you are not a catering company. What you're going to do is reach out to every catering company in the local area and collaborate with them. Okay? Grab a price, submit that price, and you are going to fulfill the work together. You as the prime contractor are going to oversee the project while the catering company performs the work on site. This is how people are winning in different jurisdictions. This is how people who are in Florida are currently winning bids in Texas. This is how people in Texas are currently winning bids in Kansas City. It is the middleman play. You do not have to come out here and always be a prime contractor. You can middleman the work and never have to walk on site. All right, so someone who already does the work, your job is compliance, coordination, and billing, and they do the rest. Okay, make sure you have an NDA in place, a non-disclosure agreement, because this is still business. All right, we are not here for grapes and giggles. Okay, so you still need to have an NDA in place. Now, let's look at the contract value. It's $120,000, okay? You negotiate the vendor cost at $85,000. Your margin, profit margin, is $35,000. That's one contract that you just executed in 1 month. Okay, so you can go for the higher value contracts. Submit those, because the higher the value, the more profit margin you can exude from it. All right, this is very common in the counties, the school districts, the universities, the municipality departments, public works. And February is when emergency and supplemental needs start popping up all over the map. All right. Number 3, I would also like to mention, I love me a good product contract. Not saying I don't bid on services, I do. I love me a product contract, right? Straight to the point. This is what we need. This is what we need. We need a price from you. Price it, add your margin, submit it. All right, method number 3, short-term service contracts. All right, it's slept on. Okay, and what I mean by short-term is these are contracts that run 30, 60, 90 days. All right, so you have to think temporary and on an as-needed basis. As needed is not all the time. Okay, we need you to come through, cut the lawn a few times a month. It is not an everyday project. You can also think one-time cleanouts, event support, overflow of staffing, right? So your profit structure, if you profit $10,000 per month on 3 short-term contracts, that is $30,000 in profit. There is no long-term overhead. There's no employees, no waiting 6 months to get paid. All right, these contracts move fast because agencies need them now. Here is a reality check. I need to be clear, all right? This can only take place if you know how to price properly, okay? You also need to understand procurement language, okay? Another thing you need to do is stop bidding emotionally. Take your emotions out of bidding on government contracts. They do not go together, okay? Stop undercharging out of fear. My No Magic Just Math pricing course shows you exactly how to do that. People get on companies start a contract and immediately they're thinking fear. Well, what, where, when, why, how? Yes, you need to know all of that, but you also need to be secure in the ability to make a decision and stick with it. As a sole member LLC, as a corporation, as an S Corp, whatever you fall in category wise, you need the ability to be able to make a strong decision and stick with it, because you're going to bid and move on, and you might not hear again for the next 30, 60, 90 days if you were awarded or not. Okay, most people don't lose contracts because they're unqualified. They lose because they don't understand the math, right? Now, here's a tip from me. You need to open up the capacity of your mind to understand that $30,000 a month is very possible for you. Very, very possible for you, your company, your life, and your family. You have to see further into the government contracting space. You only go as far as you can see. Realize, okay, spiritually, you are aligned and everything works out for you at all times. You must get comfortable with the fact that $30,000 belongs to you and is very doable in 1 month, and so is $300,000. So is $3 million in a month. This is something you must conquer mentally. All right? 2 impactful, powerful courses are on the market right now for me, and these are fantastic courses that I put together with you in mind. Courses that I wish that I had in the beginning of my journey. All right, the free stuff only works for so long. It's time to start making an investment into your journey to excel rapidly. Whether you're starting, scaling, adjusting, you need to make the investment in yourself and in your company to start to move forward in this process. There are a lot of free resources out there. Even if you do not invest in my course, invest in a course that educates you on government contracting. There are a lot of good teachers out there. I do not care who you choose, but I do care when you come to me and say, I want a government contract, because I am always rooting for you 24/7. 24/7. The highlight of my day is when someone comes to me and says, I won. Okay, I have a woman who's coming on. Her name is Ella. She won a $77,000 contract. Okay, so you guys stay tuned for that. If you know anyone who is struggling in the government contracting space and they just can't get ahead, or they want to bid and now they're struggling to win another, send them to this channel, Bids and Blessings, because we want to educate, inspire, and motivate others in a space where a client has a pocket full of money. All you need to do is learn how to get the money out of the client's pocket by learning how to scale or how to win a government contract. Okay? You can start small. You do not have to start off with the big dogs. You can start off in puppy stage. And these 3 things I just gave you are exactly how. All right, whatever you are thinking that is good, think bigger. Bye for now.